In part 1, we unpacked the cause for increased power surges, along with addressing the two major levers an insurance company can use in countering the increased claims. In part 2, we delve a little deeper into other levers, along with discussing the widely publicized exclusion for total grid failure. So let's jump right into it. Apart from the total exclusion or premium hikes, do insurers also have the following levers in combating the increase of power surge claims? They can increase excesses, limiting coverage, adding additional conditions such as surge protectors, backup batteries, etc. We believe the first three are well known to our audience, and you are thus advised to be on the lookout for any communication from the insurer pertaining to the amendments to their cover pertaining to power surge claims. It might also now be a good time to dust off that policy schedule and work through it to understand exactly what cover your insurer is offering, the excess applicable, the limitations of cover, and any conditions that might be applicable. Be sure to review both your policy schedule and policy wording, since these go hand in hand in understanding your insurance contract. We will briefly unpack each of these points raised though. Increased excesses is self-explanatory. Your insurer might implement additional excesses and or specific excesses for power surge related claims. This means the first amount payable, i.e. your contribution, will increase, leading to you carrying more of the loss. This is a clever nudge to clients in that we are not enforcing any additional conditions onto you, but it might be in your best interest to also improve your risk in avoiding potential losses. Remember, the more skin in the game you have, i.e. what you have to pay in the event of a loss, means you have more invested and therefore more likely to mitigate such risks. The other benefit is only to those clients that suffer a loss is affected. So the entire client base is not penalized, but only those claiming. It's fair in our opinion, mitigate the loss. If you don't, then you will be charged an additional excess. Limiting cover simply means that your insurer will now say the maximum cover for power surge is $10,000, for example. If you want more cover, then you can increase your cover at an additional price. Again, I love this option since it allows for customization whilst keeping the loss ratios intact. Again, similar to the excesses, does this option, albeit the limit, not affect the entire client base, but again only those clients claiming. Remember, premiums always affect the entire base, meaning we all pay for the increase in claims, but excesses and limitation counters the loss ratio only to those clients claiming. The last implementation is adding conditions of cover. This means that your insurer can impose a condition in that you need to install appropriate surge protection in order to enjoy power surge cover. This means that in order for you to have cover, you need to look to devices such as surge protectors on devices, outlet plugs, or on your main distribution board. This suggests in order to enjoy the cover, will you be required in spending some money in mitigating the risk of power surges as far possible. A condition like this does impact the entire client base, barring those clients that already have done so, obviously. The additional burden a condition like this would place on the insured is providing the same at claim stage. So be sure to keep record of any installation along with photos if you need to call upon them at a later stage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how load shedding is impacting your short-term insurance product. We trust you have some insight as to why insurers select a specific strategy in countering the continued increase in claims frequency on power surge related claims. We might not like it very much because ultimately all of these countermeasures impact us as end consumers. But to ensure for a sustainable industry, does your insurer have no option but to look to solutions? Look out for our video on grid failure, which looks at how insurers are responding to potential grid failures. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like the video if it added any value, and follow our social media platforms for more knowledge.